Okay, we are going to do more multiplication for study link 5.6, and we are going to continue the partial products algorithm. And it's getting a little bit trickier now because we're going to have 2 digits times 2 digits, and even 3 digits times 2 digits. So let's just have a look at these. We will start with the first one, but that's actually the simplest one. But please remember, as you write this in your grid, leave a space for the thousands, because we're starting with 582, so we're going to get into the thousands. And now you go 7 times 500 is 3,500, and 7 times 80 will give you 560, and then you know what, the rest of that, do the ones place, and then you add them together. I think you can do that one on your own. It gets trickier though. So 56 times 30 is our next one here, if you take a look. So let's do that one next. Now, I have 2 digits times 2 digits, but this is a multiple of 10, right? 30 is still pretty easy to multiply. So I can still go with just 2 products. So 30 times 6 first would give me 180. And then we have 30 times 50. Don't forget, this is not 5, this is 50. So what is 30 times 50? Well, 3 times 5 is 15, and there's 2 extra zeros, so it's going to give me 1,500. And then I can simply add those two together, and I have the answer. All right, the next one is very similar, right? 42 times 50, very similar to 56 times 30. You can go the same way. But then here, 27 times 18, we've got 2 digits times 2 digits, and there's no multiples of 10. So this is going to be a little bit more complicated. So let's have a look. And what I need to do is choose one of these numbers, 27 or 18, to break apart. It doesn't matter which one, but I could break 27 into 20 and 7, or I could break 18 into 10 and 8. So let's just do that. We'll break 18 into 10 and 8, and I'm going to start with 8. So I will go 8 times 7, and again the order doesn't matter that much, but 8 times 7 is 56. And then we have 8 times 20, which hopefully you know is 160. And then the next step would be to do 10 times both of those, because we did 8. Now let's do 10. So 10 times 7 is 70, and 10 times 20 is 200. And again, the order doesn't matter. You can do any of these 4 products in any order, but now we just add them up. So we have an answer of 486. Now, some of you probably get that and you understand. Some of you, it might be a little bit confusing. So let's do this next one, kind of the same idea, but a different format, 46 times 71. And we call this the window method, but really it's just another way of doing partial products. And what we do is we draw something that looks like a window, and we use this to help us sort out our products. So we're going to take 46 and we're going to put it into 40 and 6. And then on one of the vertical sides, either one, we do the other one. 71 becomes 70 plus 1. And now we just multiply lined up with the rows and columns. So 70 times 40 will give us 2,800. 70 times 6 will give us 420. 40 times 1 is 40. and 6 times 1 is 6. And then you can line them up neatly and add them, and then you've got your answer. So that is partial products, but we call it the window method to help you sort things out a little bit more neatly. So we've got that one done now, and then, next we have 3 digits times 2 digits. But I think this is one we can do in the columns again. So let's try that. Because when we have these nice multiples of 10, it makes things easier. So basically here, we're going to multiply 50 times the top number, each part. But 50 times 0 is 0, so we can skip that part. So we just do 50 times 40. It might help to write it like that, but that is going to give me 20 plus 2 more zeros. That would be 2,000. And next we have 50 times 300, which would give me 15 with 3 zeros on the end, so 15,000. And now I simply add that, and don't forget your comma, and there you go. Alright, but then next is giving you 3 digits times 2 digits. We're really getting into it now. And honestly, you're close to running out of room. Just make sure you have space. Maybe use another grid or the back where everything is written really neatly. But now we have 6 products, and it's gonna just follow the pattern. I think you can get it if you go slowly. But we have 1 times everything. So 1 times 1 gives us 1. 1 times 40. 1 times 200. Pretty simple. Then next, why don't we do 30 times everything? So 30 times 1 is 30. 30 times 40 is 120. And 30 times 200 will give me 6,000. Then I can add those up. I think that looks good, and I've got my answer. And if that's too complicated, you can do the window method for this one too, but your window is going to look a little bit different. Let's show you. So something like this, and make sure you have a little bit more space over on the left and middle. You'll see why in a moment. And then you break apart your number. We have 700, 60, and 8, and we have 40 and 9. And this gives you nice, neat places to put your product. So 700 times 40 is going to be 28,000. 40 times 60, 2,400. 40 times 8, 320. And then you do the same thing for these. 9 times 700, 9 times 60, 9 times 8. Then you've got to line them all up very neatly. And you can do these other 3, and then that would be your answer. So there's no way you can fit all of these onto this one grid. So use another grid or just write it neatly on the back, but that's all of the multiplication. This is a very long one. We haven't even gotten to the bottom part yet. And to be honest, I think my students know how to do these well enough, so go ahead and just try your best for those. And that will do it for study link 5.6, more multiplication. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.